Let's get it on. Oh, baby. Let's get it on. What is all of this on me? Hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am coming out to you with a review on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Season 8, Episode 1, A Shady Beach. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. For all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the family. I really do appreciate you. And to all of my faithful nieces and nephews, thank you so much for being here. Bravo is kicking up its season, okay? It is kicking the season up. We have so many shows that are going to be coming on Bravo, and one of my all-time favorites that I have been looking at for the last 8 years, believe it or not, is the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And one of the things that I like about New Jersey and really about all the housewives is how they have our faithful original cast members, Teresa Giudice. And I am so happy to see her back. We start off this episode with Teresa driving in the car, and she gets, she puts the phone, she gets a phone call from Joe, and she's like, hey, where you at? He's like, I'm at the hospital. She's like, how's mom? And he says she's weak. And it is just really sad. And he's like, the mom says, I'm going home. Take care of the kids. It appears that Teresa's mom, 3 months earlier, had been diagnosed with pneumonia, and that Teresa and Joe have been there for the mom day in and day out. Melissa indicated that they had been up there every night with her, swapping turns to be with her, and she ended up succumbing to pneumonia. My condolences to Teresa and her family, to Joe, and to the entire Gorga family for the loss of Antonia Gorga. I'm sure that she will be missed. We have walked this walk with Teresa for the last 8 years, and her mom has been there every season. And so, it is going to take an adjustment to not see Ma Gorga, making tomato sauce and taking care of the girls and just being there for the dance competitions and all of that, and also being there for Joe's kids as well. And so, again, my condolences to the family. We see the funeral, and they release white balloons at the end of the funeral. We hear a little snippet of Gia's eulogy to her grandmother, and reality hits sometimes that with life comes death. And so again, my heart absolutely goes out to the family. I took some notes, so when you see me looking down, that's because Auntie is, trying to step her game up and actually put some notes down, okay? All right, so now we see Teresa. She's getting the girls ready for school. Joe's been gone for a year, and, he still has some time left. With Teresa's mom being gone, she was one of the ones who helped take care of Teresa's kids in her absence. She was helping her husband, Joe Giudice, and she was helping Teresa as well. And so, this is just like a big loss for her and the girls. The girls have really grown up. They are just absolutely beautiful, and it's just so good to see them. The next thing we see is Joe Gorga's family. And Joe came in the house after seeing his dad. He's tired, he's weary, and he's warm because, the mom was basically the matriarch of the family and, basically took care of everybody. Her and the father had been married for eons, and Joe indicates that they really did have a wonderful, wonderful marriage. And so, he's tired. Melissa was talking about the kids really understanding and giving their father some time to grieve the loss of his mother, and how understanding and everything they had been. Melissa says to Joe that, during the funeral and everything, she saw the dad really break down, and she was just touched by how much he loved his wife, just adored her. And when you've been married to somebody for half of your life, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs, but at the end of the day, you're going to stick together, and you're going to try to make that family last. And so it is really interesting to see how Teresa and Joe are going to move on with the family. Melissa talks to Joe about actually downsizing, because she was like, this has really let me see life. We got all of this house and all of this stuff, and we're working, and we're not really living. And so she talks to Joe about possibly downsizing and just taking family vacations, using more of that money towards that kind of thing. And I think that a lot of families should do that, because at the end of the day, it's the things that you do together, not the place where you live, that last and that really matters to you and your family. So next thing we see is Dolores. Dolores is at home with her kids. Her daughter is graduating from college, and we all know she went to school to be a veterinarian. And Dolores indicates that she has a job, and now her son is getting ready to go to college. Her ex-husband Frank has moved back into the house. I don't know how that's going to work out, but he's moved back up into the house. She said that him and his girlfriend have this gerbil hamster in a cage type of relationship where, they get on the wheel and they get off the wheel. And so, after 18 years, now he's moving back up in the house. He done cheated on her and everything. He moving back up in that joint. You can't find nowhere else to move. I mean, you can't live anywhere else. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't one to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me. But I'm just saying, you making money and everything. You the man. So, get you somewhere to stay at, boo. You ain't got to come back and stay up in my place. But, anyway, I digress, because she said that they're really good friends. I don't care how good of a friend we are. Just because you're my children's father, you are going to be changing the environment in my home. And I would want to make sure that this is going to be healthy mentally and emotionally for my children with you living back up in the house. She indicates that the son is, going to be, he was the man of the house. And now here you moving this man back up in the house. And so there's going to be some tug of war, I'm sure, between Frank and Frankie Jr., whatever. It's going to be some stuff going on up in that household, Dolores. This, I don't know, boo. I can't run your household and run mine too, but I'm just saying, we see Dolores, she had one gym and she's opened up another gym. And she's feeling, rather successful. I say, you go, girl. You got the eye of the tiger, boo. So do what you got to do. Women are out here doing what they got to do for their lives. And you open up 2 gyms, you go, girl. You go, girl. Plus, you look fantastic, Dolores, by the way. You absolutely look fantastic. Now we go to Siggy's house. Okay. Almost got whiplash, okay, over Siggy. So we go to Siggy's house, and she's at home preparing for her husband, Michael Campanella, to come home. And her daughter, Sophie, is leaving for a party. And Siggy is worried about whether or not there's going to be some boys there. Girl, let me tell you something. There's boys at the school, boys at the grocery store, boys on the corner, boys in the backyard. Boys are going to be everywhere. So what you need to do is teach Siggy how to protect herself from boys. I don't know whether or not, I'm sorry, Sophie. I don't know whether or not she boy crazy or whatever it is, but you know what? Make it do what it do. Her son Joshua is about to go off to college, and she is hoping that he's going to go to Penn State. She's buying all kinds of stuff, and Mr. Campanella tells her, for what? So anyway, we see Teresa and Joe, they're over at the dad's house, and, You know, the dad is just really grieving. I mean, it's really sad to see him in this condition. I know that Bravo and that Teresa and Joe decided that they wanted us to see that, but it's really hard to see this man grieving. And Teresa and Joe are broken. They're devastated, you know, and the dad, Joe asked the dad what did he want him to do with the house, and he said just sell it. Teresa indicated that when the dad comes into the house, that every time he comes in, he see, you know, his wife. I've never known love like that. But I think it's probably a beautiful thing, but it's sad all at the same time because he just seems like he is just grieving and just absolutely heartbroken. And Joe and Teresa are too. They are really broken about this. You know, the dad is going to be moving into the house with Teresa, and I think that is good. Joe mentions, Teresa mentions that when she was in jail that her mother came to see her every week. And then Joe told Teresa, you know what, Teresa, when you were gone away and Mom would come and see you, she would immediately go to church. See, Teresa's mother was a praying woman. Teresa talks about how sweet her mother was and just how kind and everything she was. She was a praying woman. And you are not going to find a woman more precious, more loving than a praying woman. And I ain't say a church woman, because some church women can be nasty. Look, I said a praying woman. There's a huge difference between a praying woman and a church-going woman. But I digress so that we can go on, because I could read a prayer. Lord Jesus. So we see Melissa. She goes to her shop, Envy. You know, Envy is, you know, supposed to be her dream. This is her dream. She had a dream of having a shop and everything. And she's excited that the business is picked up in the shop. Allegedly, according to Melissa, her and Jackie have dissolved the relationship. And they were supposed to sit down and talk about how they were going to split everything. And according to Melissa, Jackie cleaned the joint up. Jackie came up in that blickety-flickety in the middle of the night and cleaned up. She said, I'm the clean-up woman. And not only did she clean it up, she took the stuff out of the shop, according to Melissa, allegedly, and took it down to Kim G's. Melissa's arch enemy. Ain't that a slap up in the face? Boy, you talking about somebody would have been an arsonist like Paul and burnt that Marty Dottie. We like to party. We don't start trouble. We don't bother nobody down. Oh, I would have burned that. But anyway, she tells the young ladies, you know, thank y'all for being there for me and staying in the midst of the storm and helping me get the shop back together, because I had to, you know, recoup everything. I had to buy everything, basically. Next, we see Teresa. She has all the girls over the house. It's Siggy and Dolores and a couple of other people and Melissa, and they all in there kicking it with Teresa. And, you know, Joe has taken his dad and the kids out for a night of fun and everything. And it's good to see, you know, Teresa still having a good friends around her. One thing that I noticed this season is that Jackie is not there, and I am ecstatic about it. I thought that Jackie was kind of bringing things down. She just wasn't positive. She didn't have anything positive to say. It was always an argument, always a na-na boo-boo, always a was I got you sucker type of thing. And I am so glad to see that Jackie did not come back, that her and Chris are taking care of their son and taking care of their kids, you know, their new grandparents and all of that kind of stuff. You know, live your life. I don't think that Jackie could even endure without having Dina there and Caroline and all of that kind of stuff. So I think the best thing for her to do was to leave, because she really had a lot of negative energy with her. And I know that people that love her, but I liked her, but after a while I just did not love her anymore, because she was just so vindictive and she just seemed like she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and I just didn't even have any milk to pour into that. So anyway, we're gonna move on. It's at this time that, you know, during the dinner that Teresa lets all of us know as the views that she been hanging out with Danielle. Y'all remember Danielle? Danielle with the book. Danielle with all the boyfriends. Danielle. Teresa said when she was in jail, she had a lot of time to think, and she just was like, you know what? I'm going to hook back up with my girl Danielle, because you know what? If I could change, anybody could change. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think she is making a horrible mistake. I think the Bravo wanted some ratings to go up on that blickety. And they decided to bring Danielle back and told Teresa, look, you know what? You out of jail and everything. And I need, Bravo, we need to pick up the ratings up on this joint. And we need as much controversy and confusion as we can get. So guess what we need you to do? We need you to go head on and hook back up with Danielle, because we want to bring her back on the show because she brought the drama with her. So Teresa said that she went to a couple of yoga sessions and stuff with her, and now they friends again. So, you know, as they all sitting around the table, they talking about, you know, needing to relax and everything. And Siggy says, you know what? Hey, let's take a trip. Let's go to Boca Raton. This is where Siggy is from, and Siggy wants to show her little town off. She's the mayor, queen mayor of Boca Raton, and she just wants to show it off for the girls. So all the girls decide that, hey, you know what? We're going to take her up on that offer. Bat. Cheers to that. Clink, clink, clink. We're going to go head on to Boca Raton. Dolores tells them that her ex-husband has moved back home with her, and that and then all the girls are shocked, and they're like, okay, well, are you still dating that guy? She's like, yeah, I'm still dating the obstetrician, OBGYN, the baby doctor, the pediatrician. Sure am. Dolores, how you doing that? How you doing that? Oh, what a tangled cotton freaking web we weave. Couldn't be me. It just couldn't be me. So the next thing we see is Siggy. Siggy has a book signing. She done wrote some book. Who hasn't written a book? I mean, basically, Auntie gonna read one too. She gonna write one, read one, do whatever she gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it do what it do. Up in the book signing, book reading, book writing club. That's gonna be me. And you know, we see this new woman coming. She has blonde hair, older woman, and she got pigtails, and she just as cute as she can be. Her name is Margaret. So Siggy's like, you know, when I do these and I have all these people come out here, you know, it's just orgasmic for me. Girl, bye. Whatever, Siggy. I mean, I like Siggy. Don't get it twisted. But I just thought that she was just really extra this whole entire episode. I don't know if she got on your nerve. Right down there in the comments, whether or not she got on your nerve. But I just was like, okay, Siggy, it's just a little bit too much of Siggy. So we see her talking to the crowd and everything, and she got the little bubbly, and she's excited, and she talks about, you know, what her philosophy is in life is to know your worth. You know how many books out there got the philosophy and based on knowing your worth, Siggy? Then we see her husband comes in. She introduces him. Michael Campanella. You know, he's been here 100 times. You know, whatever. Whoa, 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 whoa. So after, you know, while she's in a party, she finds out that Margaret is going down to Palm Beach. She was like, look, me and the girls, we going to Boca Raton. Why don't we hook up? So you know what Margaret was like, girl, I don't mind. I ain't nothing but money. Ain't got nothing but money. So you know what? I can go down there and meet up with y'all. Not a problem. I'll be there in the morning. Let me know when you there, boo. Holler at me. Text me. Page me. Instagram me. Twitter me. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. You just call my name and I'll be there. Okay, so you know Margaret's gonna be there. And Margaret is there. Margaret shows up and she's just as cute as she wants to be. So anyway, before I get to that, you know, we see the girls. They arrive in Boca Raton. And, you know, Queen Siggy, you know, the mayor of the town, she gets out and everything, and it's party time. She says that she owns the house in Boca Raton, but because she don't feel like cleaning up, she decided, you know what, everybody going to spend their little duckies, or we're going to spend the Bravo duckies, and we're going to go ahead on and stay in a hotel. The hotel is really nice, and the girls are excited, and all of that kind of stuff. And then we see, you know, a touching little piece where Teresa is like, I haven't been away for 4 years, basically. I've been on house arrest. I had a house anklet on, you know what I'm saying? I bejeweled it and, put some diamond studs and stuff like that on it. And basically, I'm still on probation. But I'm glad that I was able to get out, out of here and into the land of the living. I'm happy for you, Teresa. You my girl. You my ride or die. I don't always agree with everything that you do. But I am glad that you had an opportunity, to go on vacation and all of that kind of stuff with the girls. And I just, it is what it is. We see Margaret arrive. She's the new housewife. She calls herself a powerhouse with pigtails. I like her already. I like Margaret already. Now, I don't know what she going to do, what she going to pop off and she going to do. But I like her because you know what? Anytime you can be an older woman and you can make it onto television with a whole bunch of younger women and still hold your own, because I think that she is beautiful. Yes, she has ponytails and pigtails on the side, but you doing you, boo. She's an entrepreneur. She's making it work. She has a line called Macbeth by Margaret. You know what? You go here, girl. She said, I'm selling shoes. I'm selling cosmetic. I got earrings. I got eyeglasses. I got everything. Matter of fact, I got hair care products and I got makeup. I just was like, you know what, Margaret? I'm feeling you, boo. I'm feeling you. I don't care what they say about you the entire season. I'm feeling you. So all the girls get together and they go out to a restaurant and all of that little good stuff. And, Siggy comes up in that joint and she's screaming. What's up, everybody? This is my favorite place. Whoop-de-whoop. Tacky. All the girls got the dumb look on their face. They like, what in the foolishness is going on? And I am feeling so the same way. How embarrassing to walk up in a place. You understand what I'm saying? And you making it loud. She running from table to table, speaking to this person, that person. She kissing babies and everything. She passing out campaign flyers and all. Because you know what? Basically, she's getting ready to run for re-election. I was like, Siggy, sit down. Margaret even said she gonna have to pipe that down and bring that down, a peg or two. Siggy off the complete and total hook. And I just was like, you know what? I don't like it. One thing that I liked about Margaret said, look, when I met my husband, he was a contractor for the house, boo. I was married. Me and my husband was having some problems in the relationship. He was married. Him and his wife was having some problems in the relationship. And both of us ended up leaving. I said, you go ahead, Margaret. Yes, Margaret. She said it caused a whole lot of controversy in the town that we lived in, boo. But guess what? At the end of the day, I'm doing me. I ain't got but one life to live, and that blickety-flickety about to be over because I'm over the hill. You understand what I'm saying? I know she's got to be at least over 50. But like I said, I'm rocking with her. I'm leaning with her. I don't know how you all feel about her. Write it down in the comments and let me know how you feel about her. But I was like, I am so feeling this woman. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay. Melissa gets in the van. You know what I'm saying? And she says that she texted a naked picture to her husband. And she hasn't done that in the 12 years that they've been married. Melissa, TMI, TMP. Too much information and too much of a picture. Really, some stuff you just got to keep to yourself. I know you out there with your girls, but when you messing with Bravo or any other television, they are going to, do what they do. While they in the restaurant and everything, Siggy tells everybody that, she wants their advice. She talks about her husband, her wonderful Mike Campanella, telling her that, she working too much. She gets a little emotional about the daggone thing. So everything ain't wonderful. Really? Oh, okay. Isn't it amazing how you see people and you think they got everything, they got it going on like popcorn, and you find out that there's little cracks in it. Everybody's life is not perfect. It ain't what you see. And that's what I be trying to tell y'all out here all the time on the YT. Life ain't perfect, and nobody's perfect in life, and nobody has a perfect life. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how beautiful you are. Nobody has a perfect life. Nobody. So you know what, the stuff that you go through, and the shame that you try to put on your face and try to wear because you think that you can't compare to other people. Let me tell you something. You don't know what people did and what they had to sell in order to get where they are. And it's okay. It's okay to have a boring life. It's okay to come home every day with no drama in your life and be bored as hell. It's okay. Like, I'm serious, y'all. It really is okay. So anyway, you know, everybody's sitting there kind of, and Peggy's like, well, you know, she tells her the story about how she met her husband, and she was like, I'm good. I'm good to go solo. I live my life for me. And then Teresa starts talking about, you know, liking work and that she misses the partnership with Joe and that she's hoping that he has changed. It seems like Teresa is starting to feel a little bit of resentment. You know, she's saying that, you know, if Joe had taken care of his family and taken care of all us, we wouldn't have been in this predicament. Time sure does. It sure does reveal things. If you just give stuff time, you can find a whole lot of stuff out. Not even about you, but about other people. I'm like, you know what? I'm liking this episode so far. I know that for the weeks to come, we're going to be out here and it's going to be drama-filled and I'm going to be hyped up. But you know what they doing for us today? They laying the foundation. I appreciate them for laying that foundation. You know, anyway. Siggy tells her, you know, when Joe comes home, Teresa, you're going to have to deal with the feelings that you have. And Teresa's like, yeah, and I sure hope he changed, because if he hasn't changed, I'm leaving him. She didn't say that, but that's what she was leading to. Because since the mother has been gone, as Dolores says, at first I thought that Teresa would stick by his side and she would be with him. But now that the mother is gone, Teresa has a new perspective, and she said that I can't say she's going to be with him for always or forever. For always, forever, for love. The Lord said, I don't know about all of that no more. I don't know about all of that. So the next morning, we see Dolores. She's out there, you know, on the patio. They're about to have breakfast, and she gets a call from Frankie's tutor. And she finds out from the tutor that Frankie didn't even apply for the colleges. He didn't even send his applications off. He didn't do anything he was supposed to do. And Dolores is devastated, as I would be. If I came home and found out that my daughter didn't make her college deadlines, and now you got to sit home for a year. Look, we ain't rich like that. You ain't taking no year. No. Your last name is different, boo. I'm sorry. You can't take a year. If you gonna go, you better go while the getting's good. And she finds out her son ain't did nothing. She's asking the tutor, what am I supposed to do? She's like, the only thing you can do is appeal. No, all you could do is let him apply, you know, winter semester. That's what you could do. You know, when spring semester comes, since he missed fall and winter, he can apply during the springtime. But in the meantime, he going to be out here breaking some rocks. That's what he going to be doing. He going to be digging some ditches and breaking some rocks. Because what you not going to do is disappoint me like that. Not do what you're supposed to do. And then I find out from somebody else, the least that he could have did was came to her and said, Mom, look, college isn't for me. Can you help me find another path? This isn't for me. And that's okay. You know, we just need to know what you're going to do. But what you're not going to do is deceive me and hurt me and break my heart. When I'm thinking of you doing something, you haven't made an attempt. And now, here she is, got this man who hasn't been in her home, hasn't been, you know, well, let me say in a home, because I think he's always been in the kid's life. And now you got to make him play Big Papa. to a son who's already feeling some kind of way about him even moving back in the house. It's going to be very interesting to see how they get through this. But anyway, Siggy comes out and she sees that Dolores is crying. And Dolores is like, you know what, I'm going to move on. I got to call Frankie and get him in. It didn't, you know, this is Melissa's birthday. So they all sitting, you know, having breakfast and everything. And guess who walks up out of the building? You guessed it, Danielle. This ain't gonna go so well. I'm sorry. I don't mean no harm, but this ain't gonna go so well. It ain't gonna go so well. They need to rethink this. I don't know who thought about this. Danielle comes out there and, you know, half of them shocked, the rest of them not. Siggy says the same thing that I'm saying in my mind. No, Dolores. Who thought this was a good idea? Who thought this was a good idea? I can tell you right now, Danielle got troublemaker written all up on her forehead. Danielle said, you know, she's the hook back up with Teresa. And basically her and Teresa homegirls, but she still want that apology from Teresa. Girl, bye. If you sitting up there connecting back to her for an apology, girl, you're going to be waiting on that sucker. Because I don't think I've ever heard Teresa genuinely apologize to anybody for anything she did. All Teresa going to do is turn over a table, boo, and keep it moving. Snatch a wig or two, and that's it. That's what Teresa do. Teresa get up in the midst of stuff and she caused all kinds of confusion. But anyway, Danielle goes on to talk about a situation with Kim G, where her car was found burned to a crisp with 2 bodies in it. They said that Kim G allegedly thought that it was her son, and she couldn't find him for 4 hours, and then she found him. They started talking about Kim G like a dog, and Siggy was like, hold up. Siggy was like, hold up, y'all, that's still my girl. And you know what? I feel you, Siggy, because if it's my girl and it's somebody we in partnership with and everything, you ain't going to sit around the table and talk about my friend. And Melissa, you know, made a mistake because, you know, Melissa be thinking she cocky sometimes, but Melissa, you don't really roll with it, lean with it, rock with it like that. And Siggy, she was like, you know, as long as you keep kissing her butt like that, you know, she going to still stab you in the back. And Siggy was like, wait a minute, hold up, pump your brake, girl, sit in a hard seat, because I'm trying to tell you right now, don't say that to me. I ain't kissing nobody's butt. I'm my own woman. I do my own thing. And you know what, Melissa? I'm going to go ahead. I really ain't feeling what you said and how you said that. But I'm going to go ahead on and let you get away with that because it's your birthday and everything. But check on me tomorrow. Say that tomorrow when it's not your birthday anymore. Anyway, so we see them. They go out on the boat and everything. They having a little good time on the boat. And, you know, because they still celebrating. They get off at a restaurant. And, they celebrating the birthday for Melissa. They taking shots and everything, being reckless, you know, doing what women do. Margaret sits at the table and tell him that she taking some type of spray that she's spraying on her cootie-coo. And this spray that she's putting on her cootie-coo is supposed to, you know, it's supposed to, you know, make you have a, you know, a wonderful night. They all like shocked. I'm shocked too. She told me you gotta leave it on there for 20 minutes and let it marinate. Ain't nothing marinating down there, girl. Ain't nothing marinating down there. I don't know what her and her husband into, but I tell you what, I wouldn't be doing this. So anyway, you know, it comes back up again about Siggy and her husband. And Margaret was like, you don't think that's a little controlling? You know, what your husband is doing? You know, so the other girls chime in too. Well, you know, I deal with jealousy. Melissa's like, you know, I don't call it jealousy. I just think that, you know, he really cared about me and the woo-de-woo-de-woo. No, boo, that's jealousy. That's the kind of stuff get your throat cut. You understand what I'm saying? And Siggy don't like it. She said, you know what, at the end of the day, I love reaching out to people. She starts crying. She gets all emotional. But she says, at the end of the day, I'm going to be with Michael Campanelli. I got a good man. I got a wonderful man. But if you got a good man and a wonderful man, and he knows how much this means to you, Siggy, then you know what? Why would he take it away from you? I agree with the women. But you know what? I never would be the type of woman that would be in a position to tell her what to do and what not to do, how to feel and how not to feel. That's not my place. I would, put out a general message or whatever, a little shout out like that. But at the end of the day, she's got to make a decision. And that's why I don't know why women sit around in hen meetings, in hen parties, and ask for suggestions when you know what, at the end of the day, you really don't want it. She poured some wine out on the table. And Margaret was like, I'm trying to tell you, if that had got on my clothes, I would have kirked out on it, and I would have too. We see Siggy bragging about this cake, this beautiful cake that she made for Melissa. It's tufted at the bottom. It looks like a tufted pillow, and it's got the little rhinestones. It's got her name on it. It's got a shoe on the top. It's just an absolute beautiful cake. And because Teresa and Melissa are drunk, they destroy the cake, playing and throwing the cake around. Uncotton freaking believable that they would take and do something like that. Now, Siggy was riding herself. She was feeling herself down there in the Boca Raton because, after all, like I said, she's the mayor. But to take a cake like that, a beautiful cake that somebody spent hundreds of dollars on, and just destroy it, it is a little disrespectful. Teresa picks the cake up from the bottom and throw the whole thing on the ground. Y'all just playing with a little piece of cake, boo. Play with the slice you cut off of and leave the rest of it for other people to eat. I don't even know if everybody else got an opportunity to even eat the cake. But the cake was utterly destroyed because you drinking and you done gone too far. Let me tell y'all something. I can tell from the previews of the rest of the season that it's going to be off the Richter scale. Boy, are we going to be having fun out here discussing them. Bravo, like I said, is in its season. It's in its prime, y'all. And I just absolutely cannot wait to see, what is going to happen up in the blickety-flickety called the New Jersey Housewives. I can't wait to see. This is season 8. And we ready for it. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And share it out there on Twitter or wherever you share your videos. I love y'all to pieces. And I will see y'all next week. Mwah. Bye.